Got a question to kick off today. Don't overthink this question. What is an agent? I mean, you tell people you're an agent. What is that? If I were to say to you, oh, I'm an agent, and I say, what's an agent? What do you say? What's the definition in the book, in the definition book? A person who acts on behalf of another person. So an agent is somebody who does things for somebody else, who solves problems for somebody else, acts on behalf of. Right now, every year, the first week, 2 weeks of July, is NBA free agency. So you have all these NBA contracts being signed. A lot of these basketball players obviously have an agent. Really, all of them have an agent involved. And, they think real estate agents are overpaid. These agents are getting like 10% of these salaries. Well, these agents represent that person in these negotiations with the teams signing these contracts. And for an agent, they may have 10 basketball players, however many basketball players they have. If they misrepresent one of those basketball players' interests, they wait too long to get the person signed with a team, and then they miss the cycle and have to take less money. That person's future, family, everything is really impacted. But the agent has 8 or 9 other people that they're working with. So they're kind of good, right? Like in the sense that they're going to have all these other opportunities. Now that's going to catch up with them, and they're not going to have business once people find out, oh man, just cares about herself, just cares about himself. He's not out there really trying to solve the problems for me. Like these NBA players are people. They've got families. They've got things going on. I get it. They get paid a lot of money, but there's a lot at stake. As real estate agents, a lot of times we're thinking like, I've got a listing for sale, a house for sale, or I've got a lead that just came in. And based off of what we were talking about yesterday, we need to have a mindset shift on this stuff. Like I have a person, that's the buyer, who has a problem to solve. When they hire me as their agent, they are allowing me to represent them in their life journey on their best interest. If we think about it as a lead, we're going to be waiting for them to send us the next property that they want to look at. And we're going to be collecting properties as they come on the market. As Zillow notifies them, they'll notify us with a ding or a ping or an email, and then we'll go open the door. That's not what this business is about. The business is about, I have a buyer, which means I have a person who has a problem they need to solve. The faster and better I can solve the problem for them, the more valuable in their life I will become. The better their life they will have at a faster rate. What were we talking about yesterday? If I've got a buyer, I should be doing what? If I have a person that has contracted me to help move their life forward, and I really want to help their life move forward, what should I do? Find them a property. How do I provide value? I reach out to people that own the asset that they want, and I find out who in the neighborhood might be thinking about selling. Ed, what's your number one buyer right now? What are their names?
Tony and Frank.
Tony and Frank? All right, so Tony and Frank, they're dreaming about a $220,000 condo, but they'll probably settle on a $280,000 one if it's perfect and it gives them that escape from Manhattan. You know exactly what Tony and Frank want. You know this, you've spent time with them, you've asked enough questions, you really care about helping solve their problem. Now, if you really take what being an agent is to heart, you'll take the next step. You'll make sure that you understand how to log into PropStream. You'll log on there and you'll find properties in New Haven that fit this criteria. I'd go up to 300,000 because they'll stretch. And you call those homeowners. Listen, an agent shouldn't be making one call, one deal a day. That's not how this works. Going back to the NBA analogy, when they want to get somebody into contract, there's 30 teams. They're calling 30 general managers. They're pitching 30 general managers, the same story over and over again. If they all say no, well, how could we get it to work? Could I facilitate a trade? Could I get creative? What Ed's now doing is he's going to talk to people in the community about Tony and Frank, letting them know. 1 or 2 out of 20 conversations might say, hey, I know somebody who's thinking about selling. One of the neighbors has been thinking about doing it. Or, we're thinking about it, but we're a year out. Might need some more information. Or you may make 20 calls and you might strike out that particular day. You might get somebody who wants to just get an update on the market periodically, and you get an email added to your database as someone you can start a relationship with and start building into your sphere. A lot of different things come out of these conversations. But no matter what comes out of the conversation is this. Hey, Tony, Frank, obviously we only saw 2 properties come on the market today in New Haven. I know neither of those are a fit for you. I wanted to give you an update on what I'm doing on your behalf. They contracted you to represent them on their behalf. I was able to have a conversation with 9 homeowners in the communities that we're looking in. None of them are thinking about selling right now, but all of them have promised me, because they really share in your story and wanting to see you guys come here and move to Connecticut, that if anybody is thinking about selling, that they'll reach out. I've left them my contact information. They've got your criteria. One of them thinks that they might know somebody who's planning, and I'm gonna make sure that I follow up on that lead. Now, every time you're telling Frank and Tony what you're doing, you're reminding them that you're working for them. I'm representing you. I'm turning every stone for you. And when it comes time to write a deal for Tony and Frank, they're not gonna see you as a door opener. They're gonna see you as an expert in the market.
At BAMX, we listen to what real estate professionals want and need. That's why our platform is filled with sought-after courses, content, and tactical assets for your business. And that's why we launched BAMX in a box with templates and scripts done for you, delivered each Friday. The best part? It's not coming from panel pontificators who bought their followers and don't sell any real estate. It's coming from top agents, team leaders, and content creators in the industry. It's education that actually shows you how to do what you need in today's market. And now it includes editable templates and scripts so you can easily deliver that knowledge to your database. Every day, we continue to add more content into BAMX, into our private Facebook community, content that works, content that our members have exclusive access to daily. Do not wait any longer. Use code Byron and join the thousands of agents taking their business to the next level today. Code Byron for 10% off. I'll see you in BAMX.